believe it's really you, in the flesh, Mr. Einstein.
That picture was taken during the good old days when I was asked to pose so many times that I could have become a model instead of a physicist.
Mr. Einstein, what are you most proud of achieving?
Why, it's my formula. E is equal to mc squared, which is probably the most famous outcome of my special theory of relativity.
And what is your biggest regret?
It's the very same theory I just mentioned.
What would you have done differently if you were given the chance to go back in time and change the past?
If E is the energy content of a body and m is the mass of that body, c squared would be the square of speed of light, which is 299,792,458 meters per second. But how do I link energy and matter in a theory? Well, if E is the energy contained in the body and m is the mass of the body, what if I multiply mass by the square of speed of light? And I'll get E equals to mc squared. Yes, I finally done it. Oh, this formula is going to change the world of physics. Who are you? And what are you doing in my lab?
Dear Einstein, you just created us.
You, of all people, should know that every action has a reaction. Well, in this case, your formula produced two possible reactions.
Two? How can there be two?
Your formula was not an ordinary one. It illustrates that a large amount of energy can be released from just a small amount of matter. And I am past, also known as Father Time. One of the possible outcomes of your formula, time travel. Your formula makes it possible for a person to travel at a speed faster than light in another dimension while still remaining in this current dimension.
Since the speed of light squared is an enormous number, 186,000 miles per second squared, to be exact, a small amount of mass can be converted into a phenomenal amount of energy, which in turn will create all of nuclear energy, like me!
Einstein, I have come before you today to show you what will happen to the world if you choose the wrong option.
I agree. Look at me. I contain so much energy that I'm practically bouncing off the walls. And I just don't know what to do with myself. I just feel I could blast off somewhere, or burst into pieces, or blow something up. What's wrong with me?
It's not your fault, Blas. It's just a reaction of the formula. Come, take my hands, both of you, and let me show you the consequences of your action. Here we see the people of Japan being evacuated from their homes to keep away from the harmful radioactive material.
But I had no part to play in this.
Yes, you did not. But you created the possibility of an atomic bomb which contained an extensive amount of nuclear energy and that paved the way for many more inventions using nuclear energy.
I can't believe I'm the cause of that. All the slaves! So much danger and extreme amounts of power and energy!
Come, let us proceed to a place not far from here.
And in world news today, North and South Korea are on the verge of a nuclear war after failing to reach a compromise. A spark of fire could set off a thermonuclear war on the borders of the Korean peninsula. The South Korean president refuses to succumb to what she said were efforts to escalate the tension, with North Korea demanding to be recognized as a nuclear weapon state, and South Korean president refuses to give in their demands, will the world be experiencing a nuclear war soon? Back to you, studios. How did my formula lead to this? What have I done?
What have I done? Only led to more wars and bloodshed?
The both of you need to calm down. Einstein, your formula is still one of the world's best discoveries. all you need to do is make the world understand that your formula should be put to better uses than the creation of mass weapons of destruction and bombs.
What if we went back in time and spoke to the world leaders who had a say in the writing of the world history?
That's a brilliant idea! Let us go back in time, back to when the leaders did not have the weight of the world on their shoulders and were not affected by power and destruction. Greetings, young future leaders. You will be the leader of the world superpower, America. You too will grow up to become leaders of Germany and England. And you will grow up to become the leader of Japan. Let me show you what will happen if you succumb to violence.
This is what will happen if you decide to use me, nuclear energy, for the wrong reasons. I urge you, for the sake of your countries, not to do so.
In years to come, you will come to know of my famous formula, E equals to mc squared. Please bear in mind what you have seen today and remember never to resort to violence. This theory will do you wonders if it is used wisely.
You have done a great thing for mankind today, Einstein.
Yes, thank you for making the right decision.
I thank the both of you for showing me that every great formula, particularly when mathematics and science are combined, can have a few reactions. It is up to us to choose the right one for greater good.
Thank you.